Hey, y'all. Welcome to the last podcast episode of 2023. This is episode 32. And today I just want to close out the year reading for you Psalm 126. This is a psalm that God, I believe, has given me for myself personally, for our family, and for our church family at the church that I pastor. And I think it'll be encouraging to you as well. So if you're ready, let's just jump into Psalm 126. Thanks again for being a part of this episode. So Psalm 126 in the NIV. Here's what it says. When the Lord restored the fortunes of Zion, we were like those who dreamed. Now, it's important that you understand the Hebrew word for fortunes of Zion can also mean captives. So when the Lord restored the captives of Zion, maybe you know somebody who is currently right now in a captive situation. You've been praying for them. You've been believing God to set them free. And this is a psalm that speaks of what happens when he does that. When the Lord restores the captives of Zion, we were like those who dreamed. The Hebrew reading for those who dreamed also can mean we were like those who were restored to health. I believe that in 2024, the Lord wants to restore health to the body. And the rest of the psalm is going to describe what it looks like. When we are healthy before the Lord, what would our lives look like? So when the Lord restored the captives of Zion, we were like those restored to health. Our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongues with joy. And then it was said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. Verse 3, the Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. Can we just break those three verses down just a little bit before we move forward? What I think is happening right now in our culture is the culture is not looking at the church, not looking at the people of God and saying, man, the Lord's doing great things for you. The culture is looking at the church wondering, like, is there a difference between you and between me? And in 2024, I believe the church is going to step into a season where what God starts to do in the church is so remarkably counterculture that the culture is going to look at us and go, wait a second, the Lord, that Lord that you've been talking about, that I've been ignoring, the Lord has done great things for you. And what are going to be the evidences? Well, the evidence is going to be the captives come home, prodigals returning to the family. It's going to be our health, both spiritually and also, I believe, physically and also emotionally and mentally. That health is going to begin to get restored. There's going to be laughter, and there's also going to be joy. Those are two different things, right? Joy is something deep down, a state of being, and laughter speaks to like the moments where that joy just bursts out, right? Verse 4, restore our captives, Lord. This is our prayer. Restore our captives, Lord, like streams in a Negev. Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. Maybe in 2023, in 2022, even all the way back to before the pandemic, maybe you feel like you've been sowing with tears, literally going out, planting seed, knowing that everything you plant is less food for your family to eat. Planting, hoping that the harvest will come. It says, those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. That's the second time he's mentioned joy. The third time he's mentioned joy in this psalm. Those who go out weeping, carrying seed to sow, will return with songs of joy, carrying sheaves with them. Can I just speak to you as a leader? Possibly you're a leader in your church. Maybe you're a leader in a ministry. But listen, when we lead people, verse 6 often describes what we experience. We go out weeping. There's work to be done. We plant, we seed, we water, we take care of, we tend to the field. And sometimes that happens with weeping. It costs us something to plant. And I know not just in my life personally, but in leaders that are in our church, in leaders that I know in other churches around the country, there has been a cost to sowing the seed. But y'all, look at the last two lines of Psalm 126. They will return with songs of joy. That's the fourth time in 6 verses that the psalmist has mentioned joy. They will return with songs of joy, carrying sheaves with them. We are getting ready to cross through the door, cross through the threshold from a season of sowing into a season of reaping, y'all. And we're going to come back. We're going to be marked by joy. We're going to be marked by laughter. We're going to be marked by health. We're going to be the people that live in such a way that those around us who aren't even following Jesus will look at us and say, man, the Lord has done great things for them, a testimony that cannot be denied. One of our core 4 values at the gathering is that we believe in the undeniable. We pray that God moves in such a way that even skeptics who wouldn't want to believe in Jesus cannot deny that what they see in our lives is real and genuine. And I pray that 2024 would be that year for you, just like I know it's going to be that year for me. Listen, thanks for being a part of this podcast. I love talking about leadership, and I love talking about leadership in church and in ministry settings. I believe it's hard, but I believe it's worth it. And I believe that 2024 can be your best year as a leader. So what if you're reluctant? I am too. But I believe this, if we'll give God our yes, He will do the rest. I'm praying that you have a year of healthy leadership in 2024.